In this video, we're going to talk about creating an email campaign. To begin creating an email campaign, I'm going to head over to the Campaigns tab and click on Manage Emails. Now, I could have just clicked on Create Email Campaign, but the reason I clicked on Manage Emails is I wanted to show you this screen. From this screen, you can create new folders. And these folders are just basically groups and a way to internally store where your emails go. To create a new folder, you click the plus sign. Now the most important thing is obviously creating a new email. So let's go ahead and click on Add New. From here I get to choose my template. For this example, I'm going to choose the 3-column template. And now I'm going to go ahead and title my email. For this example, I'm going to write Doctor Visit. Next we get to fill in the email subject line. For this I'm going to write hello. And then I'm going to personalize this subject line by inserting a dynamic contact detail, also known as a contact attribute. And I'm going to say, hello Bill, time for a visit, right? Time for a visit. Next I'm going to choose my sender name. I want this to come from, Dr. Bill's office, right? Dr. Bill. Next I'm going to choose my sender email. And this is going to be info@drbill.com. This does have to be a real email address, and I recommend making it something like info or no reply. And then the confirmation email, this might be Dr. Bill's personal email address because he wants to know when the email has been finally sent to everybody. So this might be, bill@drbill.com. All right, now let's continue. Now we're brought into our email builder. Let's go over the tools in our email builder. First, I have the option to send a test email. I could send a test email to myself or a group of coworkers. To do this, I would type in email addresses, separated, of everybody I want to receive the test email. I highly recommend sending a test email prior to sending out the final email. Here I have the option to preview my email. Here I have the option to run a spam check. This is a neat little tool. When you click on this button, the email that you created, the contents of it, are going to be sent to a robot. You're then going to receive an email back to the email address that you're logged into iApps as. That email is going to give you tips and tricks to improve the score, the sender score of your email. And then finally, we have to create a text version of our email. I'm going to do that after I create this, the HTML version. So as I go about creating my email, the first thing I see here is this button. Use this area to offer a short teaser of your email content. Okay, great. So in this area, I'm going to write 10% off next teeth cleaning. Right? That's my the gist of my email. Now I'm going to save that content, and I'm going to save it into my content library. I'm going to call this top left header, put it in my Marketier library, and maybe I'm going to write a new folder, right? I'm just going to make a new folder for my own internal storage purposes, really. And I'm just going to name this teeth cleaning email. Perfect. Next, I see that this area here should say email not displaying correctly. View it in your browser. So let's create that text. Email not displaying properly. And then I'll click on this button right here, View in Browser. Now remember before how I had to save my content in the content library when I click Save? That's because all content can be reused and repurposed. Now, I've created dozens of emails in Marketier, and I know for a fact I've already created this exact piece of content. So as an example here, I'm actually not going to save this. Instead, I'm going to insert my content from the content library. Now, because I keep my content library neatly organized, I know exactly where to go. I'm going to go to my Marketier library, and here's my View in Browser. Click that, and there it is. Now I have to add a banner. This is an image that I'm going to add, and I have the option to add this image from my image library, where I also have the option to add a new image to my image library. And what I could even do is switch over to the Televox image library so that I could utilize one of the shared, professionally created Televox images. But for this example, I'm going to use an image that I've already uploaded that I know is the proper size and select the image. Next, let's create content here. As a rule of thumb, if you don't have content in here, then this image will not appear. If you don't have content in here, then this image will not appear. And the same vice versa, okay? So let's go ahead and add some content and an image. I'm going to write my title, 10% off teeth cleaning. I'm going to make that an H3 tag to give it some styling. Press enter. And I want to personalize this again, right? Hello Bill, Steve, Rachel, whatever the name is. Hello first name. Perfect. Save that. And that's the content of my email. Obviously a pretty simple email. I'm just going to call this the body of my email and save it into the teeth cleaning folder. Here I'm going to add an image that's 220 by 160. Again, I can upload an image from my PC, head over to that shared Televox image library, but for this example, I already uploaded an image that's the proper size. Now let's add some content here. I'm going to go ahead and create new text, and actually what I like to do in these areas is add an image and then add some text. So I'm going to head over to my image library again, and this time I'm going to go ahead and add an image of a dog. And I'm going to title this image, "We do dog teeth too," and save this content. Dog teeth. Now I've created these contents a bunch of times already. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to recreate them one by one. Just once again, I'm going to utilize that shared content library. Head over to my Marketier library, click on product promotions, and I'm going to add in my toddler text. And next, I'm going to go ahead and add in my other piece of text here. In my Marketier library, I'm going to add in the teeth text. Perfect. Now finally, I want to add an unsubscribe link. So I'm going to show you how to do this by creating new text rather than using text that I've already created. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to write, "Tired of hearing from us? Click here to unsubscribe." And I'm going to go ahead and click on this icon to put in my unsubscribe link, and I will fix my spelling error and click save. Save this into my content library. I'm going to call this unsubscribe. Perfect. Okay, now it's time to continue on. So let's go ahead and choose our recipients. Now from here, I'm going to select a contact list of recipients. And for this example, I'm just going to choose a contact list I've already uploaded. And now I'm going to click Save and Schedule. I'm going to have this email go out October 11th, 10:10 a.m. Don't worry about this button here. I'm going to select my proper time zone. And if this email were to go out recurring, I could set that up. But this is a one-time email, just going out once, so there's no recurrence set. Next, I'm going to go ahead and review and send my email. And while I'm reviewing and sending the email, I get a preview of what the email is going to look like. But very important, I also get a warning that I forgot to put in my text version. And I definitely want to add a text version of the email. So I'm going to close this. I'm going to copy this content, Control C, and create a text-only version. The reason a text-only version is so important is because it's really how certain email clients handle emails. Okay? So I'm just going to personalize this a little bit for text-only emails. I'm going to add in my text-only unsubscribe link and click Save. So that's for any email client that doesn't accept standard HTML emails. Alright, from here, let's go ahead and review and send our email. Perfect. No warnings, a little preview of what my email looks like, all my email information, and now I'm going to publish it. My email has been successfully published. Great. And now what's going to happen is we're brought back over to our Marketeer dashboard and we see this email successfully scheduled within our Scheduled tab.